Hey everyone, Graxon here. Welcome back to my Adobe Animate CC video series. In this video, I'm going to be covering how to use guide layers. What guide layers are actually used for is to help you move around objects using tweens. They can help you guide an object to a certain location without breaking that path. So if you want to have an object follow a line without straying from the line, you can lock an object to a path using a predetermined guide layer. I'll be demonstrating it very soon, so hopefully you'll get an idea how they work. So I've just created two layers up here, one called ball, one called guide layer. I'm just going to draw a circle onto my scene here. Select that, right click, convert to symbol, just click OK when you're ready. See, it's in my library here. I went ahead and named the layer ball. I got the second layer here that I'm going to use for my guide. For now, I'm just going to put a keyframe on frame 50 here. I'm going to move my object over to the right and create a classic tween. So I just have my ball moving from left to right. On my guide layer, I'm just going to extend that to frame 50 as well. So if I just play this animation, it's just going to move from left to right, like a normal classic tween. So on the guide layer up here, I'm just going to draw a path of where I want the ball to go. It's just using the line tool, and I'll get the ball to be restricted to that path. For right now, I'll just draw like a chaotic path so you can get an idea, and then later on I'll show you how you can use this to help you animate motion or certain objects acting more naturally. So I've just drawn a chaotic path that I want the ball to follow, but for right now it's not going to follow it because it's just on a normal layer. So just for demonstration, have the animation play, it just ignores the line I've drawn and just plays the animation that I set up before. So what I want this to do, I want this ball to follow this line that I've drawn. So if you want to change that, just double click on the layer you want to turn to a guide layer. I've actually named this layer as guide layer, but if I create a new layer, you'll see it's this layer 3, and it doesn't really matter. The name doesn't really matter, but like I said in my first video, you're better off naming your layers because it's going to help you remember what layer is what, even though you can see which layer is a guide layer and which layer isn't by the visual indicator, but naming your layers will help as well. So I'll just remove this layer, and I'll double click on the layer I want to turn into a guide. And you'll see a bunch of options here. So you've got normal, mask, folder, guide, the visibility of the layer too. You can actually lock this layer from in here. You can also change the outline of this layer in this section too. So for right now, I want to turn this into a guide layer. So just select guide, click OK. You'll see up here you've got a new icon. It's indicating it's a guide layer, but for right now, it's not linked to anything. So if I just play the animation back, but if I want the animation to go along the line, so I want to select the layer that has the animation and put it underneath the guide layer. And you'll see the icon of the guide layer has actually changed, so it actually should be working now. So if I play the animation, you should see it work. And because this guide layer is a little bit long, the animation is trying to speed up to catch up to it. So I might want to increase my timeline. So I might just want to increase the frames to 90, like so. So if I play that animation, you'll see it follow the guide more smoothly. It's going to decrease the size of the ball so you can see it follow the line better. Okay, so I'll play that back. And if you want to edit the guide layer, you can just edit it from here and it will change the path of the animation. So if I want to make it more crazy, I can do that. So you can see from this, you can do some pretty complex stuff with it. So if I just put the ball layer out of the guide layer, you just get the basic animation of it going left to right. If I wanted to follow it, I can just put it back into the guide layer and you'll see it follow it again. So you can see you can make objects do some pretty crazy movements just from the guide layer itself. Obviously this is just an example of what you can do. In a moment I'll show off actually creating some proper animation that you can use with the guide layer. But also I wanted to mention that, like with the other videos I explained with classic tweens, you can do all the same things with a classic tween and a guide layer, such as rotate, scale, skew, all while following the guide layer. So for example, I can distort the object like so. You can see it's rotating and skewing and stretching, all while following the guide. I'll just set up a basic animation so you can see the potential of guidelines and how they can assist you to animate certain things. Okay, so I just made a bit of a scene here for the ball to follow. So I've changed the guideline to be red, so it stands out a bit more, and now you can see where I want the ball to go. So if I just press play on the animation, you'll see it follows the line, but it doesn't animate how I want it to. It's just pretty crude at the moment. But we'll get into animating the object to be more fluid in a second. So maybe you get the idea of what I'm trying to go for here. Obviously it's not great, but I'm just messing around with it within a couple of minutes. But if you want your ball or your object to have more fluidity to it, you'll have to animate that yourself and stretch and skew and do all that to your object. But if you want to have the object speed up or slow down within the timeline, you can just add a frame like you would with a normal animation. Just add a frame in here. So if I just added a frame on frame 15, you can see where the object was on frame 15. If I want to speed that up, I can push this down further. Now you'll notice if I play back the animation, now it'll be fast up until that point. It'll be faster up until that point, but then afterwards it will be slow. So I'll just mess around with some of the speeds here to get more fluidity to it, and I'll show a bit of more of a finished idea in a second. So I'll be right back. Yeah, I just messed around with the timeline a bit here, just to get the ball moving a bit smoother, so I'll just demonstrate that now. So you can see I just made it move a little bit smoother to the motion I want it to move, just making it look like it is actually a ball bouncing around on these objects that I've created here. If you want to hide the guide layer, you can just hide it like that on your layer option up here. You can just get a bit of an idea of how the ball moves or how your object moves without the guide layer there. So you can see it looks actually pretty fluid like that. But for publishing, if you want to hide the guide layer completely, just select your lines here, turn your alpha, go to your color section, just turn your alpha to 0. Your guide layer might actually be hidden when you do publish a video or something like that, but it's been a little while since I've used guide layers in a published video without just hiding the guidelines itself. So yeah, that'll be it for this video. It's a bit of a short video this time, but I just wanted to show off guide layers, and I've been on a little bit of a break from YouTube for a little bit, so I just wanted to get back into making videos again. Now you have guide layers in your creative toolkit. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. I'll be making a video soon covering mask layers. If you'd like to see anything in particular, just leave a comment. If you liked the video or if it was helpful at all, give it a thumbs up, because it really helps to grow my channel. If you want to see more in the future, definitely subscribe, because I'll be putting out more videos soon. And if you really want to help support me in my art career, head over to my Redbubble account. I'll put a link in the description. You can pick up some good quality merch there with some of my designs on them. And I will be updating it regularly, so come follow me there if you want. Or follow my Twitter. Both those links will be in the description. But yeah, thanks for watching the video, and good luck with using guide layers. And hit me up if you have any questions. I'll try and answer them as soon as I can. Good luck, and I'll catch you later.